Very well. Okay, welcome to another session in which we're going to discuss today about editorial process as we go along. In the last session, we will discussed about how to set up a journal on the open journal system. Today, we're going to work as an editor and also discuss about how the reviewer going to do all those works as well. I'll go through all of the process. I'll be a bit slower as well, and during that session, if you have some queries or comments, you can start ask me on the chat box, or also we're going to discuss after the end, in the middle of the session after different part as well. So all your queries and things will be catered for. So this is a demo journal account which we have created for you. From today's onward, you have already created your account. Some of you already created an account as an author. So we will give providing you with the login credentials of an editor as well. So you can practice, you can work around the whole of the process of reviewing and play with it so that you will be more comfortable and competent about using the open journal system. There are many online journal management system. As majority of us, all of the colleagues are using the OJS open journal system. So that's why we are following that step. But other journals have the pretty much same simpler kind of format which we're going to forward. So for example, you already have the login credentials. Let me log in with my account, which is of course an admin right now. So I can do multiple other thing as well if required. Otherwise the process is remains the same whether you are logged in as an editor as well. So don't save my account here. Uh, just a quick, you all can see my screen of demonstration journal of medical sciences.
Yes,
Just say yes. Okay.
we can see it.
Okay, wonderful, Dr. Zia. Thanks a lot. So here you can see when I logged in, there is no article even in my queue right now, but there are articles which are submitted by all of you from today's session. There are 4 right now which are submitted as an unassigned right now. There are sub in the active phase, and they are right now as an incomplete submission you can see. And one was already scheduled, which I'm was practicing just before the session. So that's how your dashboard looks like to an editor as well. So once you log in, you can see which articles and where are they assigned. Once you assign them to you can see in your own queue. Right now, because I'm logged in as an admin, which is a super editor like kind of thing as well, so nothing is come in my assign, but I can assign myself, and once you assign yourself, you can see it under your queue as well. So you need to know that these are the unassigned, which are things to do. So you start working on those things as well. So and this how, and you also receive a notification that one of the article has been submitted to you. So if your journal is not this much bigger that daily basis papers are submitting there as well, at least that you know when you need to go there and check it from there as well. So let's suppose these are some of the papers which are already submitted, and this is a reference number of the OJS 4789. The way it started, for example, the first one, because I submitted in the morning, it is assigned as 1, and continues goes to as we go along from 10,000, 12,000, whatever it is, it goes like that. It automatically give one reference number to the submission which is there within the system as well. So for example, the Heather Saab have submitted a paper of synopsis of IRBR, just a paper as well. When we go, let's process there as well. In the assignment, you can go there and see it from the view as well. If I go there and I can see what it is right now is, and it is incomplete submission if I'll see though. So let me come back. Going to the submission, and let me, these are the incomplete submissions. Every assignment is incomplete, so these are the complete submissions I can see from it. You can see above one are incomplete. Somebody is right now either submitting it and they lost it in between, so that's why it is showing as incomplete. But I come down, I can see the complete submission are with Iqbal Darwala, Ziaul Islams, and many people have submitted, which are complete submission. Of course, you need to follow those the complete submission. Otherwise, somebody have not uploaded the file. That's why there is an error there. Somebody is in between the process there. So once the complete submission is there, let's take that Dr. Ziaul Islam publication, for example, that article was submitted to you, and you need to go there and click to view to see the whole of the paper which was submitted there. So you can see here, it's loading right now. And you can see here let me have this window smaller one. Okay, so you can see there is a submission of this. Of course, as we requested, just submit some draft version. Don't upload your research articles, all others. So one of the reflection of leadership has been submitted, and these are one file which was submitted. If there are multiple files, for example, letter of undertaking, the IRB letter, all other files can be submitted during the process too. You can see all of them from here. But right now, because only one file is submitted, you can see from here. Otherwise, you can download all the files from here. You want to review the file, click to the file, and it will open in your download bar, and you can go through them and see the content, what it is, whether they are appropriate to know, and you can take a decision based on those things. Maybe the submission is not is in your scope of the journal. Maybe the authors have not followed the instructions to other author, whatever it is. Or maybe you have too many submission at the moment, you don't want to take that article. In any case, if you want to decline submission and send it back to the author, you can see on the right hand side there is a decline submission. Okay, one thing before, because in which automatically editors are assigned, but you can go there and assign yourself on any other person into those sections as well. So that's why you can see from here, different section editors and authors are there. You can assign your own self. So if you logged in with your editor's account, you cannot see there. First thing, you need to assign them as yourself. So if you don't assign, it will not going to work forward. But because it's already assigned, so I don't need to do that process. Otherwise, clicking that assign and assign yourself is one thing which you can do from there. Okay, so if you are uncomfortable with the process, or if the paper is not, you don't want to take it to the further by any means, maybe the IRB approval is not there, which is maybe a required requirement of your journal as well. So at any place, if you click that decline submission, it will open a good window and open a subject line with the name Dr. Zaul Islam. It has taken the name of the author already. I'm sorry to inform you that after reviewing your submission, leadership in the editor, the name already come up from the manuscript, and decline have been gone, an email can be sent and it will be archived automatically. And of course, you can attach file, you can add CC and BCC in the emails automatically. Because I am logged in as an admin, it is written as admin, but if you're logged in with your own name, it will add your name automatically there. And of course, you can review them, you can change them, anything which is coming up automatically. So default emails are there in the whole process, but you can change any email at any point. And writing, for example, reasons not in the scope, for example. So that's how it works, like this thing. But at the moment, I don't want to do it, so I'll click cancel. But if I click record the decision, email was sent to the author, the article will be will be in the archive one as well, and also archive in the author's area as well. So that how it works. So any point, if you want to decline a paper, it is pretty much there of your help. For example, but let's suppose that after reviewing the paper, you find the content to be relevant to you. You find that it is written in according to the instructions to authors, and all other things are fine. You want to take it to the send to the review. Another aspect is you can upload a revised file as well. For example, in Pakistan Journal of Medical Sciences, what we'll do is that we'll upload a revised, not a revised, it's a revised formatting version in which we write what is the Turnitin score, what is the day, what is the all other information, reference lines, all others. If it's blinding is required in your journal, you need to blind the whole paper. So that's what can be done, and you can upload that file and then take that file to be the next phase, not the other files. So you can upload the file from here as well. So once you are comfortable with this file, you can see here, this is the editing of those files as well. So I'll click send for review. That means the article is fine, and in the new system, it will uh, additionally inform the author as well that your article has been sent for review, which is not there in the previous one as well. So Dr. Ziaul Islam, I'm pleased to inform you that an editor has a reviewer here reviewed your submission and has been decided to send to peer review. All other, the wonderful emails are already there, you can edit them. And let me go and click continue. So this email, one of the email will be sent to Dr. Ziaul Islam's email address automatically if your system has been configured properly with the emails, and the emails will go through them the whole process. So that how it works like this thing. The first, and I'll need to record my decision, and it's asking me view all the submission, view in the current submission. Because we are working in one of the paper, I need to follow the whole process. So I'll go to the same submission, remains there. So the first step is there, submission, we have gone through them, we have reviewed and taken to the review format. So in OJS, Open Journal System, there are 4 steps: submission, review, copy editing, and production. So submission, we have just gone through them. That is a place where if I click submission, again you can see, and you can see now a submission accepted for review. So it doesn't ask you for now the decline and all other at this stage as well, because that has passed from that stage as well, and it's now in the review phase as well. So here it is in the review phase. And in the submission, if I'll go there, I'll see the, for example, the active, I can see from here that this is now in the review phase. So every time it has gone through them, it has changed the status, and also guiding made the waiting for the reviewer to be assigned. So automatically status have been changed, and it's guiding you what is the next step, what you need to do during that whole process as well. So again, let me come from here as well, going to the clicking view opened the active window of that publication. We are in the workflow. Submission has been done. We have reviewed the submission. Now we have taken it to the review process. The next step is you need to assign the reviewer. So maybe you already have multiple people assigned as a reviewer, or maybe you want to create a user at different place in the initial days. That is the one of the thing which is required there. So if I'll click add a reviewer, now it will open a window to the, for example, who are the people who can be. So demo author is my email address which I just editing, not assigned. It will give you the snapshot that if some person have how many he or she have reviewed, and what are what are the other things as well. So you can see it that how many are active review right now and never assigned, because it also said that you cannot send it to Ziaul Islam because he's part of the publication process. So that's how it will guide you. All of you have submitted right now. So any person who have during the submission wanted that I want to be reviewer as well, so it's already showing their email address there. And plus you can enroll an existing user even if a person who has not consented previously. If he or she is registered with the site as well, you can collect it and make it as a reviewer as well. So I'll go back to the search, and of course there is another option down the line, create a new reviewer. So you add the email address, the person's name, the other categories, for example just like embryo, ortho, anatomy, Latin, and send it to the reviewer. For example, let me send it to reviewer to myself, not right now. So we'll, so this is a demo author at, maybe that is an account which I'll work on. So let me select this reviewer. Of course you can select anyone. So I've selected the reviewer. It has it has drafted a wonderful email to the reviewer. This is the abstract has been copied here as well, and of course the name and all of that. Please accept or decline by the response due date. That is also come up automatically. What is the setting done in the journal? So it will send to the review process here. So let me come down. The date is there, but of course you can change it as well, because I think the 4 or 5 weeks has been set up. So it automatically detects the date which is set up and selected there, but I can go here and change the date if required to. For example, I want it to be till 30th of April. The days has been changed. So that is, again, if you want to add more files, for example, one file is already automatically added by the system, which is the article file. But if you want to add more files, that can be added there with this window as well. But we don't want to write down and add a reviewer. So you have selected a reviewer from the database. see other things as well, how many, and the demo author was assigned to review the submission and sent an email notification. And you can see from here that it has gone to the reviewer space, and you can work around for other people, different other papers and all other areas as well. Now the decline submission is there, of course, at that point if you think that you need to decline of anything. And if I have received the email, my email was set up correctly, let me check from there. Yes, okay, so let me share my screen, oh sorry, with the other window to show you. So here you can see right now my other email window, and I have received it's a look save. Dear demo author, I believe that this is a paper abstract reflections and all other things has been copy pasted and other things. So it is within the same span of time it send an email to the reviewer. And how the reviewer works, now let me open, I'm on the other browser window so it will not be confused. I can click that leadership and it will open a window. What we have set up, I'll tell you afterward, that don't required username and password for the reviewer, because it will difficult for many of the reviewer to remember all other things. So I have done two settings in the morning, which I'll show you again at the end if you are confused where. So I usually prefer not to have set up the username password for the reviewer while sending it to the review. And second thing, they have the complete file when they accept to review. Right now what is showing me, all of you can see my screen right now if you just said in a text message okay,
Yes, we can see your
because I've
screen.
changed. Okay, thank you Zayasab, thank you. Okay, great. So this I am with the reviewer one, email was sent to me, it is showing me the abstract, all the submission thing, the due dates, all other thing which can be changed if I want to change right now to responding to the reviewer. But it's not asking me to download any file right now, because that's again I have set up the thing that don't give the download file before they accept it. Because just like me, many times I say regret to many review form because I'm other commitment as well. So majority of the time I'm regretting is not because I don't want to do it, because I'm overworked by my other thing as well. So I don't want the journal to be delayed because of my things as well. So here you can see I agree to the review and accept and go to the second section, which is if there are some guidelines are there which are not set up, I'll tell you where to set up this thing as well. And I'll continue to the step 3. This is the review form, and this is the article which I can click and download, of course, review it. I can use track changes to review whatever it is. I can make another summary, whatever your policy of your personal capacity of reviewing on your personal preferences are, you review those things. And there is a review form. In today's session, we'll also learn how to make a customized review form, but this is the default review form, which is open space was provided. Usually we don't use it, but that is a space which is provided for open review form. So author can write comment, for example, nice work. Okay, just I write something because it's not a whole form, just to make you sure that how it works. So open-ended commentary can be added by the reviewer here as well, for editor as well. So anything which you want to share not with the author but with the reviewer, you can add it from there as well. So any confidential information, for example, you want to share it, you can add it from there as well. Nice work and about this paper. Okay, okay, so whatever it is there, you can add it from there as well. You can also mention how to make a review form as well. If you want to upload a file, for example, my personally, I review the form with the track changes in the Microsoft Word, and then upload the same file. So it's easier for me to read it as well to follow where my comments are there. So usually that is my preference. So if you have changed the file, which usually many of you do, you need to upload the file, which usually many of you do, you need to upload the file from here, and then choose your decision. For example, here I want to accept this submission, but of course I want a revision required, resubmit for review, decline your comment, whatever. Or if you just add see my comments there as well. So right now I'm going to accept as one of the recommendation. Of course, as an editor, a person can overrule the things as well, but I'll click, for example, accept submission and submit review. And it asked me, are you sure? And I said, yes, I'm sure. And this review has been submitted, and and that's how work has been done, and now there will be no request for the review and all other things, and I can be back to the submissions there as well. And you can see here, this is a dashboard of a reviewer. So dashboard of a reviewer, you can see that one is scheduled. This is a previous paper which I used to submit as an author in the morning. So if a person is author as a reviewer, the dashboard is the same. If the email address and user ID is the same with the journal. So that is work, because one of the paper which I submitted in the morning just as a demonstration, that was scheduled for publication, but not the specific journal issue is not there. And one queue in which one my sign time is review assignment to which was submitted the review as well. So that's the work of the reviewer. Coming back to the journal system, if I'll see there any email, no email, okay, that's fine. Okay, coming back to the system and changing my screen to the other way. Okay, so now you can, I am back with my login credentials of the editor. Okay, so here you can see the demo author review was sent at the moment. Let me refresh the page. So we can see what is going to happen once I refresh the page, because a review has been submitted by author, wonderful reviewer who submitted the review in 5 minutes of the time. Okay, so if I'll go down there, now you can see here, review was submitted. Of course, the username is demo author, but recommendation is accept submission. It is anonymous review form, and you can read the review. So can you just pinpoint that you can see my current screen of demonstration journal?
Yes, we can see your
Okay,
screen.
great. Thank you. Thank you. So I can read the review. So it will open in a new window. What is there? Because it's a open field comment. They are not this much. So nice work about the paper which I have written for editor, confidential, the words. So you can see there when was completed, what are there. If there is a reviewer file there, it is here to download, which we don't have it. And of course, they have recommended to accept submission, but as an reviewer, sorry, add an editor, you can change it if you want to do it. So I don't want, but you can see there, you can change it, and it also guide you to give rating to your reviewer. So you have a database of reviewer coming up, how much you think they are, the quality of the review, the time efficient they are, and their credibility, all other thing. Based on those things, let me give the, for example, this 5 star to this one and confirm. So I can see the review. If it is a whole review form, it will show me the whole review form, but right now it's an open window, for example, here. And I can thanks the reviewer, and I can revert for decision as well, whatever. So let me have a good editor and send an email. It has already drafted wonderful emails. Dear demo author, that is the name of the person, because I just used as a demo author. Thanks for completing your review, and thanks a lot. And it's thanks the reviewer, just like this. If I'll click do not send, it will not send an email. So let me just send an email to the thanks reviewer, and you are good to go, that reviewer has submitted. So at one point you can add multiple reviewer as well. It's not necessarily only one email, but you can have multiple reviewers. Select there, for example, let me select another reviewer just for your for example, here from Rosina, and this email gone to her as well. Based on those things, and due date is fine, and add a reviewer just to show you the multiple reviewers can be done. So now you can see there are 2 reviewers, and the second email was sent to Dr. Rosina. So that how the system works. You can have reviewed 1 person, 2 person, 3 person, one local, one international, overseas, whatever your journal policy requirement is, which you need to decide as an editorial board members and the policy makers. But that's how it can be done. It can be sent it again. The reviewer commentary goes on. There's a whole review process which you already know in theoretically. That's the whole process run in the system as well. So from the first step to submission of the paper, we see that it is according to the instructions to authors. We take it to the next step, to the review process. We have sent it to the reviewer have done the review for us. Even at those point, one thing, for example, let me show you one thing, because some of the reviewers are not able to do it logged in and there as well. So at that point, even editor have the option that, for example, of course I know that Rosina will going to do it, Dr. Rosina, but you can logged in as a reviewer as well yourself. So that is availability in the system. So if you are an editor, you can log in as a reviewer, and it will change the window of your just like a reviewer, and you can done the work based just like as a reviewer. So now you can see from here the reviewer is there and assigned other paper as well, which is there. So let me go back. So just to let you know, log out as Rosina, so I can log out. So even if you want to work, if the reviewer have sent it to you in the paper format, you have difficulty, you want to make it with the all things in the journal management system, so you can work around and work from those things as well. So let me coming back to the window of active window, and many people have submitted there, but many of them is in the incomplete form, you can see from here, or they are doing it. And this one is in the review phase as well. It is showing me that out of 2 reviewer, 1 has been responded. So you can see everything is there, and you can work around for those things. So I'll go back to the same paper. So let's suppose after the review process, you are satisfied, you want to accept that publication. Okay, of course, one review is due by Dr. Rosina, but let's suppose you are the review process has been done. You want it take to the next step, which is there is a copy editing. So I'll click accept submission. It will ask number one, notify the author, notify the reviewer, the 3-step process. First notify authors, then notify reviewer, and then select the file if it is for the next purpose. So I'll said, okay, Dr. Zia will going to receive an email from there as well. I can add more people as well. It will ask the reviewer as well, thank you completing the review process as well. So it will again, because this has been accepted and you want to share this information, otherwise you can click that skip that email. It is there, but if you are comfortable want to send, let me send it again. So it will send a second email to the reviewer, and if there is a modified file there, you can upload there, otherwise just record a decision, and it will going to view this submission. It will going to the third step, which is there is the copy editing. So starting from submission, we take it to the review, and next step is the copy editing form, in which somebody is assigned to the job of copy editings and all other. And if I'll check in my system, thanks for the review, I received already an email of thing, but you know how the email was sent, so I don't need to show it there as well. But I already received an email in my account that we have successfully done the review, and thanks from the editor as well. Okay, so that is the two-stage submission review. Now in the copy editing. Copy editing means if you are a very comparatively a big journal, you have a copy editor separately working, not a one or two men's army. You want to send it to an individual, so you can assign it for there for this purpose and work around. But majority of us, we are the one person doing the job, at least coordinating on the system, not doing the job as well. That's other well. So here you can upload the file. So it was done by the copy editing according to the journals and upload the file. But let me skip that step, but it's work like the same. You upload the file, which is the final version. We want to give it to the copy editor, because file can be changed, because two reviewers comment has been done, author has been responded, author has also sending you a file. So you need to compile the last file, which is now the text is final for publishing. So then the copy editor can make things, the grammar is there, the flow of the text is there, and any other thing. So that is the thing. So you upload a file, so the copy editor can change it. If you use the English language person as well, you want to change it. So that's all of the process there as well. So once this process has been complete, you send it to the production, which is the final things to be uploaded onto the websites and all others. So here again, it's again the new version, notify the author as well. So Dr. Zair Islam, sorry, you will going to receive many spams from my from my email today. And this author has been notified, and it will ask it to, if you want to upload any other file, it will show you what are the different files available. I'll go there and click view submission. So I'll take it from the first step. Now we are in the last step, which is in the production. Of course, we are doing it as a demo. It's so fast, otherwise at one step it take months from the journal aspect. For example, 2 weeks, 3 weeks of the journal submitting to PGMS, waiting to be reviewed by the editor, so it will accept it or reject it. Then reviewer take 2 to 3 months for the reminders, all other. Then the copy editing, of course, it takes some time. But right now, because we are just following the system, so I'm breezing you with the systems as well, how the process runs. But of course, if you start working practically, it's not a this much of the fast track time. It will take its due course as well. So now it is there for the production. That means you need to schedule it for production. You can upload production ready files, which is there, or you can take it during the schedule for the publication. If there is one man, you don't need to upload a separate file there. But if you are the different people working, for example, you are a managing editor, you want to, or you have drafted a PDF file, for example, so that it will be available for others, so you can upload the file from here. But right now, let's suppose in the production phase, there are things we go in, we want to share because we have accepted it. As you know, we have already accepted the paper, we want to publish in the journal. So I click and go for schedule for publication. Okay, here you can see it's open the metadata. Metadata is the one which author have uploaded during the review process. So if article has been changed, even the abstract has been changed during the review process, the metadata is not changed. You need to change it manually from here. So the title, which is written by the author here, for example, let me make it narrative review, just making showing you that you can change the things as well. So in the title, if something has been changed, you can add there. This is an abstract which is copied there. If you want to format it like this, let's suppose I want this to be there, all other things, this is the abstract thing, not the whole text. So abstract is there. What if you want to change anything, you can do from here. The contributor are the authors. During submission, if there are multiple authors, some of the authors don't add details of all the author. So you need to make it either your own self if you want to add from the more contributor from here, or you send it back to the author to add contributor. So that's the journal policy, whatever. So right now there is only one author, the Dr. Ziaul Islam with Liaquat National Hospital and Medical College, which is there, who is the primary contact. Primary contact means who will going to corresponding author, just like a corresponding author. And again, you can edit it. For example, Dr. Ziaul Islam have made the username, given name was the complete full name, but I want to add Z as in capital, and I want to add as an Islam, I as in capital. Even if I want to add, for example, Ziaul family name was, for example, Islam, like this, and you can edit there. If you can want to add the ORIC ID, all other thing which are there, of course, which can be added during submission phase as well. And of course, he's an author right now, so these things can be changed, and I click save. So that's how the metadata need to be updated. It is required. That is another thing which you need to do it. Zishan Beg asks, is there in any mobile application? No, there is no mobile application, but in mobile it's open just like a browser. It adjusts itself, is a bootstrap technology, so it will adjust itself with the mobile device. So it's work like this. And notification comes on email, which is are there in mobiles. I'll take your questions a bit. I'll go through them. Okay, so let me take the reviewer question because it's maybe relevant to right now what we are going to them. And the chat box. Where is the chat box? Ranking the reviewer, is there any chart like if someone does it fast and quick, he will get more points? What the benefit? It's for your own thing. Even reviewer cannot see what is the ranking system, but you draft that what is the thing, because once you are selecting the reviewer, it will going to show what is the average time of the reviewer, what is the start rating, and what is the last thing, which how many days have left for the last thing to the review, and how many active right now. So all these things are there when you are selecting a reviewer, when your journal have propagated and there are multiple reviewers in the system. That so it's a pretty helpful system at that point. So we have changed the title and abstract. Add, sometimes it is changed during the review process. We can go to the contributor, add more authors if not done before. We can change the spellings, all other thing, because sometimes people add first name as an author and then next name as, for example, Zishan, Dr. Zishan. Of course, that is as a quality assurance, you need to go there and add, for example, Zishan as a first name and Beg as a second name. So once it is published in your journal, it's properly which is there. So another important thing, I don't know why many authors have done, they just only add the first name. Again, as a quality standard of a journal, now it's your responsibility to make sure that complete name of the author should be published. So that's do happen at our journal as well, but that is a thing I'll take, because that's a pain need to be taken by the editorial team to make sure that names are there as well. So that is a metadata, which is the keywords. For example, if the author has not submitted even the keywords during the submission, you can add it there. For example, let me add leadership and comma. Oh, okay. Leadership and enter. So then it will add. And for example, organizational psychology. For example, you can see that's how the keywords has been added. So if the author have been added there, it's already showing to you, but you can add it from there as well. Okay, so that's let me save the two keywords. Of course, all of you, I hope that you know about the keywords and other thing as well, which is according to mesh terms, which is medical subject heading. Okay, so the next way is a galley view. Galley view is a one how many versions you want. For example, if you want a full text of XML, you want to make XML, you can upload it from here. But majority of the journal upload the PDF file. So the galley view is the full text of the manuscript as well. So what I like to do from here as well right now, I select the add galley view. It will ask me, so what you want to name it? PDF, HTML, full text. You can name it as a full text. By default, journal recommendation is having a PDF, because it's also, so whatever it is, you have to make sure that every paper have the same name. Okay, so if you want to ask them the full text, every manuscript write down the full text. If you are writing PDF, every paper you have to write PDF. Okay, so that's you have written there as a PDF and click save. So it will save this PDF name and asking you to upload the file. So I go down, you can add multiple different things as well, but as a primary practice, article text, which I want to add, and from here, I'll click upload the file. It will open my desktop. Let me select any file to upload there, just any PDF file. Of course, it's not drafted right now. Okay, so any PDF, any PDF. Okay, PAMI nomination. There is a PDF file of PAMI nomination. I guess there was. Yes, there's a PDF file. Let me upload any PDF file, which is there, short version. So, and click continue. Of course, that is a PDF file which is ready to as a final version of your journal publishing, and PDF designing is something else. So I uploaded the final version, which is there, and click complete, and the PDF file is there. So we have uploaded the title and abstract. We have gone through the contributors. We have uploaded the metadata. The galley proof is there. Permission and disclosure remains the default, and we have to select the issue. We need to make sure in which issue it goes. We can assign issue from there as well. You can see from here, I have just make one of the issue which is there, but I need to teach you how to make an issue as well. So I don't right now upload it there as well. I just uh, follow through them without uploading. I can see the preview, how it looks like one it is published. At the moment, it's not published, even it not assigned. So I click preview, and it will going to show me this is a preview link. Once it was published, it is like this. So leadership, the keywords, the abstract, of course, which is not properly formatted right now, and here is the PDF file which is there, and if somebody clicked it, it will open the full text there as well. So that is a preview version of the paper once it is published there as well. And only one thing is left, we need to assign it or schedule for publication right now. But let me stop this process here and make a issue as well, a issue, journal issue, not the live issues, journal issues as well. You can see from on the left side there are issues. Submission is the window, which is an active window which will process all other things. We are working in the same window, like right from the unassigned to active. An archive window is there. There is an issue, so we go there in the issue. One more thing, let me show you right now the journal website to see you. Okay, let me show you. Okay, but I need to log out, otherwise it will not going to. Oh, for not don't log out. For example, I can see from here current issue. There is no current issue. Archive. There is no archive. Archive means the old issues. So right now you can see there is no issue published by the journal because it's a new journal right now. It is not published any issue. So taking you back here as well, there are issues which not published. That is the reason they are not there. So I like to create a issue. So I'll go to the issues, and on the right hand side there is a create issue. I clicked because I already created issue number one, volume number one, and number volume is one and the number is two because I have created the one, which is the fun. Volume is the number, how many every year there is one volume of a journal, peer review journal, and number is how many issues it. For example, if the quarterly journal, it has 1 2 3 4. If there is a monthly journal, it has 12 ish numbers. So it's that's how it works there. And it year is of course 2000 and on 2024. Title, again it asks me to write the title, which is demo journal, for example, and you can type the whole things as well. Description, if you want to add, a separate cover image, of course it will be in the archive form, it will show the cover image, but I'll skip it. It's cover image, the title image of the journal. Repeatedly trying to make the page breaks down every time. Okay, no problem, Dr. Zubia. Okay, so here description, cover image can be added to the journal. If it is there right now, we don't have it. I click save. So another issue was created at your journal site. So you can see how easier it is. So the volume one, number one is there. Volume one, number two is there. So even in the whole year, you can publish different thing. And you can see one article has been published in this issue, which is a demo journal, and there is zero article in this issue. So that's how you can create an issue. And of course, one after from today's onward, I'll go to the website, I can see multiple issues because all of you will be repeatedly making different creating issues at the journal website there. So that's how you know how to, it's easier to create an issue at the journal. Now coming back to our submission, Dr. Ziaul Islam paper, which is now ready to be scheduled to a current issue. So let me go there and go to the active. And of course, during the active, one more thing, you can select from here as well. For example, filter is there. So I can start the filter, show me which are in the production phase. So if I'll click here, you can see only one paper come up. So click filter, and which are overdue task is there, which are incomplete submission is there, which are in the review process right now. There is no in the review process. So at one point in a journal, they have many papers at different stages of publication. So you can select different thing based on whatever it is. So right now, because also days since last activity, all other thing assigned to any editor, you can name it. So there are, of course, there are two sections right now. If your journal have more than those sections, you can ask for those things. So any filter is there. So going back to the article of Dr. Ziaul Islam, which is now ready to be scheduled to a publication in the workflow. Now we are in the production phase. Great. And I'll click schedule for publication, and I again click schedule for publication. It will open a window, and in the drop down you can see the both two papers, volume one number one and volume number two. For example, I want to publish it is in the volume one number one, and click save, and this article is scheduled for publication, and I click schedule for publication. So how easier it is. The one of the beauty of OJS is that all of the process to developing a website to the review process is one place, and pretty easier to follow through them. You don't need coding language, you know, not much technical language to use the system. So it will create the whole issue and all other things for you as well. So this is published there, and you can unschedule if something has been done by mistakes. You can go there and unschedule it, but I don't want to do it right now. And even then, we have issued it there. If I go to the demonstration journal and the current issue, we cannot see any paper because we have scheduled it to a journal issue, but we have not published it. So once, so you can, for example, let's suppose you want to add 10 articles in your next issue. So you can assign all those things into the issue and then publish. Or for example, if your journal is publishing and ahead of print, you can add your articles even in the published paper if the published issue is there. So let me first publish the issue. That's the whole process of the reviewing. Right now I'll follow through the whole process of the submission to review to copy editing to production. We have created a issue. Now what we are doing is we're going to publish that issue as well, so it will be available as a current issue. So I'll go to the issue. You can see the two items means the two articles or publications are there. Here you can see from here. So there is, you can see the volume 1 demo journal. I clicked these things, and let's preview it even before publishing. Right now it's not published, but I can preview it to see how it looks like. So once it was published, it's like this. There are two journals you can see from here. Author, one is Zaul Islam, one is demo author. The PDF files are there. So things are there. If I'll go to the, for example, this demo paper, you can see from here how it looks like. It will be this demo author, the keywords, because there is no text, of course, that's why it's clearly empty. Otherwise, if you want to add DOI, how to sites, everything will be there. This is issue, it's a research article, and if I click PDF, it will open the PDF version of the full text. So it will going to show me how once I publish it, so you can cross check it before you published your issue as well. Waiting, and you can see the, it's the PDF it's showing. Of course, I just uploaded a form PDF. So that's how it looks like. So you can preview your issue as well, even the issue is not published. Let me go back and okay. Okay, I am here as well. So coming again to the dashboard, because it has taken me to the other path, and going to the issues again. And this is the issue which we want to publish. Of course, we have created. So I clicked that arrow on the right and I click publish issue. It will open a window to publish issue. It asks send an email to all the registered users. You can play with it at the initial days when your site have less users. Otherwise, generally 500 emails per day, more than that, if you send from the server, your email, most of the time your email box will be blocked. It, because it is not a usual requirement that you send more than 500 emails per day. So if your journal have, for example, 1,000 users, I don't recommend you to send an email to all the registered users. But right now, because only few of you will be registered at the site, all the authors, so let me send you an email about, so you receive an email, the article has been published. So how it works like, otherwise I don't recommend you to do it in your once your journal have more than 300 to 400 users. Try to avoid this thing and instead use a mailing list to send this thing. So I'll click it, and the issue has been published, and is also send an email to all the registered users of the site. Now you can see here, this is the future issue, and the back issue is the one which is now published there as well. And if we go back to the journal and I click the current issue, now you can see the current issue automatically is published there without we working at the front end or at the back end. You can see from here these two papers, and also you can go to the website right now. Of course, I don't want you to do it right now, but afterward, when you can go there and you can see the two things are already published, it is scanned there. So that's how the article has been gone through the process and issue has been published. And so this is a thing I like to show you about the review forms as well, but let me hold it for some time. And if there is any question regarding this process of article submission, editorial process from those things, and creating an issue and publishing it, if there is any question or any confusion here, just have we have a few question answered, then I'll proceed to creating a review form.
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर।
Walaikum Assalam, Dr. Rabia. Yes.
जी सर, मेरा क्वेश्चन है, जैसे ये आपने हम जो कंप्लीट सबमिशन थी, तो उसको आगे कैसे लेके चलना है वो आपने हमें बहुत अच्छा इन डिटेल आपने समझाया, लेकिन जो इनकम्प्लीट सबमिशन होती है उसके लिए ओजेएस किस तरह से ईमेल सेंड करता है या नहीं करता?
Incomplete submission की email till the submission was not complete, it will not send an email. So article has been submitted completely by the submitter, because at any point sometimes somebody has submitted the draft file, he want to do the work afterwards, he have only uploaded the article file, he want to upload the letter of undertaking afterwards, so it will going to show as an incomplete submission. And of course, as a journal office, you don't to work on incomplete submission. As a journal editorial office, you want to work with the complete submission, not with the incomplete. So if author have some time issue with the incomplete submission, they can ask the technical person of the journal, of course, which is there, our email address that I have stuck at that point. Kindly guide me what to do, all of that. That's how it works.
ओके सर, थैंक यू
Great,
सर।
great.
एक्चुअली हमारे साथ एक
Oh,
इशू हुआ था जब हमने एक आर्टिकल सबमिट किया था, और वो आर्टिकल जो है हमारा जो है वो एल्सवेयर में वो हमारा रिजेक्ट हो गया, हमें रिजेक्शन ईमेल आ गई। उसके बाद सर 2 मंथ्स के बाद हमें उनका सिस्टम हमें ईमेल करता है कि जो है आपका जो आपकी इनकम्प्लीट सबमिशन है, काइंडली कंप्लीट योर सबमिशन। फिर हमने उनको कहा कि यू हैव ऑलरेडी रिजेक्टेड आवर सबमिशन। तो ये क्या चक्कर है?
तो वो गलती से ईमेल चली गई होगी. फॉर एग्जांपल, जस्ट आई एम शोइंग यू एट द डॉक्टर Zia's article that you can decline at any paper as well, and afterwards of course you can again add, and maybe the first email was by mistake, or maybe the second email was by mistake. It can happen.
ओके सर, थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
Okay, okay. So wonderful. So no more question, I
Dr.
guess.
Masood, Dr.
Yeah,
Masood, one
Dr.
question.
Zia.
My question is that those articles who are rejected from the
Mhm,
system, they are sent
mhm,
back to the author,
mhm.
and the reject letter is to be submitted to the author also, so that he can or submit to some other journal. But if the system does not generate any letter, then what going to happen? It will remain with the system, or as you decline the submission, it will automatically come out from the system, or it remains in
No.
the system.
Okay. So once you decline, let me show you something at the screen of your question. So once you decline any submission, let me go back to the submission, and let's decline anyone's submission. Sorry, apologies to whom we decline that submission. For example, Dr. Channa, Sir Channa will not mind. He is more
I can
senior
also
than
sometimes
Amir.
be decline.
Okay, Dr. Channa's article, for example, was submitted there just to show you. It's not related to any person, but it's just to show you that how it's declined, how it works like these things. So for example, we go to this paper. Let's suppose it's out of the scope, something like, so as an editor, for example, Dr. Channa is sitting in the office. He want to see if he think that article is not up to the mark, for example, and he want to decline. So as soon as I click decline submission, it will generate a kind of a whole email with the title and all other thing. I'm sorry to inform you that after reviewing a submission, pathology of research is written by Dr. Ghulam Channa. Of course, Dr. Ghulam Channa added the name, all other things. So this will email send to the author. Let me click it right now to show you how it works. And I can go to the submission, but it will going to show me that it is declined. You can see from here. It was declined, and the author received the email. If they want a separate letter, you can create a letter from the editorial office and send it there, and it will be there in the, let me go back to the workflow to show where it is. So if I go to the submission, the archive have the two kind of papers, those papers who are declined as well as those who are published. So archive is the one, so they are not in the, they remains in the system right now as an archive. So every article which is published, for example, now you don't have to work for them, it is already published, and also those who are rejected are already always be there, and you can see the history and all other thing. For example, right now we have published this paper. I'll go there and see the whole of the process because every data is saved on the system. So that's how it works. So author received the intimation that it was a decline. You have the record, and also this same information is there on the author's dashboard as well. That article has been now in the archive stage. I hope that will answer
Yes,
your
yes.
question, Dr. Zia.
Thank you so much, Dr.
Great, great. So any more question related to
Sir, I have a
review
question.
process, production, publishing an issue? Yes, please, Dr. Wahid sir.
Sir, any journal might have a case report, a review article, and an origin article. So how to create different sections after publishing those
Okay.
articles?
I guess that was taken care in the last session, but let me show from here. There are two sections which is created there, but how to create more sections? I'll go to the settings on the left hand side, journal. You can see from here, I am here in the journal section. That is the work of the initial days when we do it. Here you can see the contact sections. So there is section, you can see there are research article and case report. You want to create a section, for example, let's suppose editorials, because you want to publish editorial too. or case reports, editorials. Okay, abbreviation, which is mandatory. I'll click add. If there is any policy documents, all other word count is a limit of the word. For example, when the people are submitting, of course, editorial don't have any abstract, but if let's suppose other thing, you click 250, so it will not going to accept more than 250 words in the abstract part there as well. All other things remains by default. You don't need to change them. Usually you don't need to assign the one as well. You can do it during the review process. As I told you, the first thing is you need to assign and click save. So a section has been created as an editorial there as well. So you can see a new section has been added. So that's how you can create different sections. For example, student corner, CMEs, viewpoint, whatever it is, meta-analysis, surveys,
Thank you,
whatever
sir.
it is,
Thank
you
you,
can
sir.
add them. Okay, great. And of course, the sequence, once you're publishing, is automatically detect this sequence. If you want that sequence to be changed, for example, usually editorial comes first, then original article, then case report. So there, as clicked these sections, I'll take that editorial to the front, case reports, and fine, and I click done. So now the sections, so once automatically, if your article have editorial, research article, case report, the sequencing remains there even if they are separate at different time. So sequence remains there, the editorial go first and all other things else. That's how it works. So that is a journal management. Okay, great. I guess no more question related to that thing. Yes. Okay, great. And we can ask questions at the end, don't worry. So one thing which I have changed as well, maybe you have not learned in the last session recording there, just to show you, because I have changed two things that reviewer don't receive the full text of the manuscript before they accept it. Number one thing. Second thing I have changed, they don't need to add the username and the password. They just need a link which was open there. And that setting is there in the workflow in the review. And here you can see here, I have checked this box, restrict file access. Reviewers will not be given access to the submission of file until they agree to review. So if they have declined, they don't receive the full text. This is one. And second is one-click reviewer access. So if you assign this, the reviewer don't have to use their username and password, because majority of the time they've forgotten or they don't know anything. They ask now the journal about other things as well. So increasing the workload, all other things. So these are the two settings are there. I usually prefer it, but again, up to you that you want to add them or not. But these settings are not clicked there. So I thought that I'll just let you know that's how this process runs and where you do those settings. Okay, so good to go. Just say yes in the chat box. No yes in chat box. Rabia, Rosina, oh, all of you are here. Wahid Iqbal Saab. Great. Yes, thanks a lot for quickly sending me the. So that's the whole process, and you know how easier it is once you set up your journal as well to the process. It will help you guide all the process and you follow them through time is easier. One thing which is a bit more, not more for you, but you need to do it in your journal thing, is set up your review forms. I was checking your review forms as well. In some of the forms, I have given my comments. For example, is the 3 keywords are provided? Is the abstract is 250 words, for example? These are the in-house review things which you need to do before things. You don't expect this thing from the peer reviewer. So again, it's your choice if you want to add them, but I prefer that you make a intellectual form for the reviewer, and of course easy to do it as well. Some of you have opened the whole of the window there to be writing the review each and every point. So I asked them, okay, kindly modify it, because how you think that reviewer will going to add each and everything about every point? It is very tedious for them as well. So again, you see the review forms and work around what is best for you. Again, it's up to your journal, it's your journal and things as well, but you need to set up the review forms as well. And you can see here, I am in the workflow. In the workflow, I am in the review part, and in the review form there is review forms. You can see from here the review forms. I click review form, there is no review form right now available. That's why it is send open space for author, for the reviewer to write. That is by default setting, but it's a good practice to create a review form. All of you already created your review forms as well. So let me click it. So let's me go and create a review form. So I have opened the window. You can have multiple review form of different type of papers. So I'll add OA review form, which is, I mean, web original article review form. Description, if you want to add that, fine, not mandatory. I click save. So you can have a review form of case report. You can have a review form for other publication type of publication that you want. You don't need a review from a heavy paper, but review form of any category, because that's how it works. So this review form is here. The second thing is I need to edit it. So name was given in the first phase. Second is I click edit. It will open a window now. Now there is form items in preview form, which is not there in the first instance. So there is a, I go to the forms items. So now I need to create new items. Items means your question of the review form, the things which you are added already in your review forms in your assignments. For example, this is item and my item is title is appropriate and conveying the message, let's suppose. Okay, not trying it, not sign in. Okay, fine. Okay, whatever, I will check spelling afterwards. So that is an I have created the question, which can be anything. Do you want reviewer to required to complete the item? Reviewer required, it is mandatory for them. That's one thing. And second thing, include in message to authors, because you can import while sending the revision to the author. We have not done it yesterday in the today's session previously. If you send it to the reviewer, to the author, the reviewer comment, there is a one button already added, import review. So you click one button, or all the question in which you have clicked that included message in the author all automatically added in the emails. So that's a pretty handy part there as well. If you want to add this question, for example, I think that question should be, whatever it is, comment should be going to the author as well for the process. So I'll add them there, included message. It is mandatory for the reviewer. Review form will not going to submit it. And there are different types of item: single word text box, single line text box, extended box, box are different other, and that there is check boxes and there is radio button. So there are different drop box. So whatever, for example, I would like to add yes and no. Let's suppose I want this question to be yes and no. So I click radio button, and it will now going to add item. I click add item and I click yes, entered it, click add item and click no, entered it. So response is yes, no of that question. So it can be different for different questions. So once I have made it, I can see in the preview window how it looks. Okay, I'm just making it not in the preview window. Let me save it right now. Save, and it will be added in the review form, the first item or the first question. And how it looks like, you can click the preview form and see how it looks like. It's the OA review, original article review. You can add the full name, the title is appropriate, and click yes and no by the reviewer. So that's it looks like to the reviewer. So review form, so every question there option need to be added like these things. Okay, let me again edit it, add another question. So you on the another question as well. So it's the going to the form items. It will going to show me one item is already created, which is the title is appropriate. I open the, and is abstract is one one what I okay, just me add satisfactory, and I want just not a good question, but still nothing comes in my mind right now. So is the abstract is satisfactory? You want to add for, let's suppose, for example, you don't want at the moment about yes and no. Although question is this, let me ask the question: is abstract satisfactorily conveying the message? And let's suppose you don't, you can make it as a yes no as well, just like this. If you want a yes no thing, go to the radio button and add there. But again, if you don't want, you want them to write something for you, which is a single line text box, for example, I clicked here And for that, I don't need to create an item because a single line text box, and I click save here. So I made a second question with a different kind of thing. It will be there, and now you can see the two questions has been added. So you have to create every item in the question like this, and how it looks like in the preview window you can see from here. Is aspect satisfactory conveying the message, which is mandatory, and there is a writing space was there compared to other. So you need to set up your review forms of your journal. So you click here and there are review form is there. You want to add another form for a case report, you can add there. So it's a good practice that you go there and add a review form. Maybe you can add in the title of the review form your own name as well, because majority of you now working on the system will give you the username and password, so you will be confused who has done what work. So you can add your name there. So that's how the review forms has been added. Is there any question based on making a review form? Yes, Rosina, each item will have to select the item term, of course, Rosina, every item. And every item has to be created once. Of course, once review form is there, you can use it for 10 years. Down the line, you need to each item, each question of the review form need to be added there.
My question
Okay.
is, Dr. Masood, is that the review form, sometimes it contains many headings, I mean, in a tabulated form. And can we already made a tabulated form of the review or peer review and pasted it there, or we have to create every time?
No, and there, if you want to make a review form on the OJS system, you have to create the form step by step like this. But if you want to made a review form which is in a tabulated form and different thing, you need to attach while sending it to the reviewer.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
then it will not going to take the data from the review form system as well, but you can attach your file there.
And how, and if the reviewer fill that form and return back to the journal system in an email, or it can't attach with this OGS system?
No, he can upload the file as well. He can upload the file in the OJS system as well.
Okay, okay.
So it's
Thank you.
up again your thing that how you want it. Yes, of course. So it can be you can use the attachment file is there just like an email in the OJS is also is attachment there. So that's how it works. So it's nice to create your form, but again, if you don't you want to make another system, that's fine. That's how you create the form. One more things, once you created the original article review form, it will not available. Let me show you what is meant by available. It will not is it right now it's not available for review. It is not. For example, let me take you to the website, or I guess journal I have to go. Yes, at journal. And I want to set up that whenever in the original research article, an article has been submitted, this OA review form will going to go automatically. I don't need to select by drop down. You can select by the drop down as well. For example, this is the research article. I want to set up this review form there. I click edit. You can see from here there is no window of review form to be selected there. There is no window that I can select any review form from there as well. So just to say you, it is not showing a review form. The reason is that let me again go to the review form and show you one thing. You create a review form and you need to make it active before it is available for the reviewer and for the journal to review. So I'll go to the review forms again, and this is the window of active. So make sure you active it. Is not in the review right now. It's not completed because it's not active. I click the active, and you cannot, this cannot be deactivated if it was reviewed at least once. That's the important aspect. For example, if you created a review form and is using it for 1 year, for example, afterward you want to revise your review form, you cannot edit this review form. You need to create a new form, because that's it is when the previous version is used in some of the articles. So once it was be used in the review article, it will not going to change. Right now you can change it because it is not under review right now, but you need to change it. So for example, I have created a original article review form. I want to align it with the original research article. So whenever the original article was sent to the review, this review form attached with it automatically. So that can be done by optimizing your workspace. I go to the journal, I go to the sections there. from the section, I will select this edit a research article because that's the original article, I guess. I clicked edit, and if you can see now the review forms are there. One is the none free review form is there, which is by default, and one is original review form is there, which window is not there before. Now whenever I send a review, the original research article, this form will be attached with it automatically. So that's how you can create your review form, make it appropriate according to your journal guidelines, and maybe attach it with the different section, although you can change it while sending to review as well. So that's how making a review form, but how you can change it, let me show it to you, that even there you can change it for different versions if you don't want to use it. For example, let me come to any active form, complete submission, Malik Saab have submission is there. Let me accept that submission, for example, for the review, to show you how you can change the review form, just to showing you that thing. Okay, let me send for review and skip this email. Let's send this email to author. So editorial has been submitted by, okay, record decision. Just to show you, I want to show you the review form, new submission. Okay, so now the files are there, the two files which were uploaded. You can make sure which file to go through them. You can download, delete, and all other thing, whatever you want to do it right now. Add a reviewer. Let me add a reviewer now. So demo author, now you can see 5-star rating was given, one was submitted there, one has submitted there, no rating was done. So that's how you know what is there as well. So let me select the same reviewer just for the sake of I'm going to show you something. Mm. There is a this is the place Dr. Zia was asking, if you want to upload a file to send to the review paper format, you can attach your file to be here. You can attach your file to be there. Right now 2 files has been attached, but you can attach your file from there as well. And of course from there you can see here review form. OA review for automatically selected because by default it is a research article from here. But even if I gone and change the other review form, I can do it. But automatically it will select that category review form and send it to the reviewer as well. So you need to create your review form, you need to activate, and you can select it from a category, so it will fast track your process and optimize your work. That's how it works for those things as well. Okay, so that's how you create a review form, how you assign it to the other things as well, and how it works. Another aspect is once you publish a new a new issue, automatically the new issue will be the current issue, and the current issue will going with the archives. That's done by the system on its own. You need to work around for your own thing. That's pretty much easier for you to do it. So the current issue will be once you publish the new issue, automatically the old issue will going in the archive section. So that how it works. Okay, let me stop here. If you ask you any questions about the whole of the process plus the review form, I'll try to be a bit slower. We have Bilal Mirza with us, who is already an expert about OJS and XML. So good to see you, Bilal Saab. Of course, we will be learning most of the time from yourself. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, sir. We have also learned a lot from you, Masood.
Thank you.
I have been using OGS since I think 2010, when we have started our journal of PPSP, Journal of Case Reports, and later on we have Journal of Neonatal Surgery, which I'm currently heading as an editor, chief editor. And recently we have also started our university journal, Journal of Child Health Sciences, and where we have used the latest version of OJS. It's, I think, a bit quite friendly, and you have shown a lot of, you can say, many pearls of using it, and it's a marvelous course. I can say that it will help all the participants who are using OJS, or they are planning to use the OJS.
So nice of you. Thank you, Dr. Bilal. And Dr. Bilal, as per my knowledge, is the first one to start, or maybe the only one right now to know how to make XML of the files, which is a requirement for PubMed Central and different publishers. So if you need some help in those things, so Dr. Bilal is the one who know the tricks of the games and all other thing, because a very costly business, and Bilal is an expert on creating XML versions of the articles to be made and submitted to PubMed Central. Okay.
Yes, so we have
Okay,
actually
great.
had
Yeah.
a workshop in the previously we have had a workshop on XML, and we together actually had that workshop in the PAMI
Yeah.
workshop,
Yes.
PAMI meeting, I think in the University of Health Sciences. And a few more actually tools are available in OJS that can actually convert the many components of a file to the XML. Especially the conversion of tables becomes quite easy if we even if we are using the manual conversion of XML, we can use OJS inbuilt features to convert the tables directly into the XML format.
Great. Wonderful. And we're looking forward to, we have a coming PAMI conference most likely at University of Lahore or UHS in few months time, and we'll like to have your expertise in arranging this workshop there as well. Looking
Sure,
forward to
sure.
always learning with you. Okay, great. So participants, any questions from today's session or anything about OJS in the previous session as well? If you confused about something, otherwise you can see the recording there, of course. But if there's still any confusions, any issues.
Dr. Masood, how
Yeah.
many reviewers we can send the article? I mean, it is your choice that you can select 1, 2, 3, 4, or as many as you like.
It's depend upon a journal policy, for example, or the regulatory bodies as well. For example, HEC wanted you most of the time at least the 2 reviewers, one from the Pakistan and one from outside Pakistan, and all should be outside your institution. So that's something there as well. So plus your journal policy, maybe you are sending, for example, 3 reviewers. Some of the journal they send it more than those people because not everyone responded, so they waited for 2 people to respond. So again, it's depending upon the journal policy.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Sir,
So we have,
I have a
yes, please.
question.
Yeah, please.
Sir, is there any session on how to update your OJS and keep records?
How to update an OJS keep record? No, there is no session, because usually that was a job of the about say administrator or the IT people to work around for those things as well. So because this course is primarily planned for the editor, so we are working on those things which are usual day-to-day requirement of the editors to work around.
Okay,
So you
sir.
can send a message to Bilal Saab because he's active using in all other things as well, so he can guide you about those things. Or even the IT people know, for example, in your own institution or the people, because the software updation of the website is just like different, like WordPress and all other things. So they can help you around to update there as well. Okay,
Okay, sir.
few
Okay,
things.
sir.
Let
Thank
me show you a few things. Maybe you have discussed it previously, but if you have not, for example, one distribution is there. I don't know, it was discussed in the previous, for example, license agreement. What is your license agreement? For example, if you want to apply for DO, Directory of Open Access Journals, Scopus, all other, you should be very clear. So what is your open access there, or it's not an open access, but attribution? You can go to the website and read about the licenses things as well. Who own the copyrights? The authors own the copyright or the journal own the copyright. These all with the licensing thing will be there, which have to be clarified for submission of those things as well. Digital object identifier, DOI is like what I can say is a fingerprints of an article. It's like this thing. So you need to register for DOI for the registrars, and then it take in the prefix with them as well. They charge you money for those things, give you the access, give you the username, password, the postfix is you, and after this you can set up to be generated DOI automatically by the system based on any criteria or manually, and it will not only create DOI but upload the DOI to the registrar's website as well. So we are using one service, I can't remember right now, but there are 11, 12 registrars are there. So digital object identifier is an aspect. So you need to register with them to make sure that they work for those things. So their plugins are there which help you there. Again, working with them, searching index, description, custom text can be added. So your website will be easily crawled by the Google Scholar and other website. I was at a editorial board of a journal. The meeting was there. So I go there and ask them, do you know that this journal's articles are not visible on the Google Scholar? So good that some of them already know that, yes, we know. I said, you need to set up that it will be crawled. Otherwise, how the visibility will going to high of your journal work around for those things. So these are some of the tools which is already there about those things as well. So these are the things which you already discussed. About archiving policies, there are networks of clocks and logs, which means multiple copies, keep it safe as well. So locks and clocks are there. So you need to create an account with them. They charge you something and then they can upload your data there. So what is this policies? These are some of the things which you need to remember in the digital publishing world. When we say about those things, these are the requirement there. Thanks a lot for all of you. So hopefully yes, Dr. Zia.
So the question which is not related to OGS is
Okay.
that when we are doing our work on the model of co-teach, it is written that you have completed 65% work, or sometimes it is written you have completed 72% or 38%. What it means by that?
Okay, it means by that every module have their percentage, the things which are there. For example, you read one of the article, it will be automatically marked completed as a yellow, a green checkbox. So it will going to show how much you have completed there. You see the one video, it will going to complete. And overall on the top, it will going to show how many of the whole course is completed there as well. So as a general guideline, we request all the participants to make sure that they have completed at least 80% of the course content there. So that's how it's going to show that how much you have completed.
Thank
Okay, okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Okay, yes. So it's a wonderful session. So we'll upload the recording there as well, so you can go through them, follow them. I'll post. I guess. Yeah, do you? All of you have received the username, password of the editors of the OJS?
They have sent us like editor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but we
Yeah.
haven't used it.
Okay, okay. So these are the same one. I'll send it again in your WhatsApp group. The usernames are editor 1, 2, 3, 4, like editor 1, editor 2, editor 3, and the password are the same in all the editors path. So use that login, go to the journal website, practice different thing. If you have any confusion, let us know on the email, on the WhatsApp, so can help you. So this site is there for you to help till the end of the course. You have more than a month time as well. So you can go there, utilize them. We have made multiple things because at one point multiple people can log in. So that's why there are different editors is there. Otherwise rights are the same. So one can change it, the other one as well. Yes, sure, Dr. Azhar. So that's how. Sir, what about abstract copying in the box given? Yes, you can just copy the abstract while in the metadata once you are submitting. It is a requirement for the journal to at the submission phase. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, see you all of you in the next session, which is, I guess, by Mr. Shaukat Ali Javed or Dr. Akhtar Shini. The two sessions were left about the business models. Another wonderful, again, session, important one. Your assignment due date was yesterday about the last one. The next assignment, the maximum time which we have given is tonight. You cannot submit the peer review form afterward, and the last assignment is left afterward, which is about one of the proposal which you need to send, which will be the last assignment, and we'll start taking that assignment from the next month. To see you online on the course website. Have a nice time. Thank you.